Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be something that I don't think I've ever done before on my channel, but I've been thinking about this for a while now. That's going to be explaining what it's like when your teachers go on strike. So my teachers went on strike in January, like the second or third week of January, and I just thought it was really interesting learning about it and getting to know like what it's like and what they do and what they don't do. And there's so much that goes on into actually pulling off a strike, and a lot of it I wasn't even allowed to know about. I hope you guys find this interesting. If you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. I guess I'm just going to start from the beginning, kind of explain the whole story of how the strike happened. First thing I remember was probably right before Thanksgiving break in like November. I heard my teachers saying something about it, and there were rumors that they might go on strike, they might not go on strike, whatever. December, we didn't really hear anything, but once Christmas break ended, we all knew that once we came back to school in January, that something was going to happen. During the whole first week of January, people were really confused if the strike was going to happen or not, and my teachers really couldn't say a lot about it. They just kind of left it up to the news. Because during that whole first week of January when we were back in school, basically the teachers were trying to negotiate with the government to try to do anything possible so they wouldn't go on strike. Because actually going on strike affects the students a lot negatively, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Basically they tried to negotiate for the whole week and tried to find ways so that they could get a compromise, and basically just so they wouldn't go on strike. Friday came around and they did not compromise, so after school that day we all found out that our teachers were going on strike on Monday. I know for my teachers, they weren't specifically allowed to tell us that we couldn't come to school. Even though they knew that it would be better for them if we didn't come to school, they weren't allowed to share those personal opinions on that, so we just all kind of had to see for ourselves. I went to school for the first day just to kind of see what it was like, because as a senior you can only have 10 absences here, and I didn't want to waste my absences on a strike day, so I just wanted to go and like see if they actually took attendance. I woke up that morning and it was raining so freaking hard, and I saw all the teachers walking outside in a circle and they were protesting. And in that moment, I felt really guilty because I was going to school. The reason why I felt guilty was because the government was still getting money for me. If students go to school, the government immediately gets money. I'm not exactly sure what the exact amount is that they get for every student. I've heard that it's $36. I've heard it's like $360, so I don't really know. If students didn't come to school, it would be better for the strike. It would probably end faster because the government would be losing more money. I just sort of like walked by and I walked into our gym, and there were like probably a couple hundred people in our gym. My school is like 2,300, so there was still like a lot of people just kind of sat in the gym for a really long time. It's probably like 40 minutes until someone actually came up on the microphone, kind of explained what we were going to do. So we first had to take attendance, and they did that by our second period, so they went through all the classes, and then we walked up and we just like said we were here basically, and that took 2.5 hours. Once the attendance was over, I was just so bored out of my mind. I had to sit on bleachers, and like a lot of my friends didn't show up either. So after that, they gave us like a 40-minute break for like breakfast or whatever, because we had breakfast at school. During that time, I decided to just leave campus with my friends. A lot of other people did, and people saw us leaving, but to be honest, no one really cared because there was literally no point in going to school. My school actually hired a couple of substitutes. I think we had like 20 or something, but again, those substitutes only gave us like random worksheets. One of my friends on the very first day, she came and she was protesting with the teachers right outside my school, and then I think around like noon or like 10 or somewhere around that time, all the teachers went to downtown. She went to downtown with all of the teachers at LAUSD. They started at their own schools and they all went together and protested as one. It looked really cool. There were a lot of teachers there, and it was just really big, and the color was red, so basically everyone was wearing red, and it was really cool. During the time of protesting, one of my teacher's videos literally went viral, which I think is so cool.
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. I want to see you bust down.
They were just dancing and protesting and holding up signs or whatever. LA rarely gets any rain, but it was raining so hard. I felt so bad for them because they were just standing outside in the rain the whole day. I realized how pointless it was to go to school, so for the next week I just stayed home and enjoyed my time off. We were never quite sure when the strike was going to end, so the week came to an end, and then on Monday it was a holiday, so nothing really happened. Then the next day we still weren't quite sure, but I heard some rumors that the strike was going to end, and it wasn't until that night that it was like fully confirmed that the strike was going to end. The strike really only lasted for like a week and a day. It just felt like another winter vacation kind of. That was a whole experience from like a student side. I just wasn't sure what was going to happen at all. I know for the teachers, they're actually protesting for a lot of stuff. So what my teachers actually wanted were a 6% raise, more teachers on campus. They also wanted more teachers for kids with special needs. And what I think was most important for them was to reduce classroom sizes and hire more counselors, nurses, and librarians. I feel like that was the main point that was kind of put across this year. After the strike, it was kind of interesting. We all went back to school. One of my teachers said they still have a lot of fighting to do, which I thought was really interesting. They didn't totally get exactly everything that they wanted. I mean, they did get the classroom size reduction, but I've heard that it's only going to be 1 student per year. Actually, right now, the average classroom size is 40 students, and I think the cap is like 45. I feel like my teachers are going to go on strike again later. I think the reason that they mostly stopped though is because it actually does hurt the school a lot, especially for seniors or people in AP classes. Like, it takes away time that you're learning. I had a lot of college applications to do, and I had to turn those in late because I had to get my letters of recommendation. The good thing for me and a lot of other seniors was that the absences were able to be cleared, which is great. It's just a very interesting topic. A lot of it I'm still kind of confused about, but our teachers aren't really allowed to talk about it that much. No one wants people to strike, so if they were to talk about it in class, it might put the wrong ideas into kids' heads or whatever. I'm really glad that I was able to see my teachers go on strike at least once because it was a really cool experience. I'm just glad they were fighting for themselves because I think they definitely deserve things that they wanted and much, much more. They worked so hard. That was just a little insight into what it's like when your teachers go on strike. I know it was kind of vague, but again, I don't know like everything about it. I just really hope that my teachers get everything they want and deserve. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe you found it interesting. I'll see you guys really soon with a new video, so